We've all had that feeling before. Your stomach is in knots, your muscles are tense. You feel defeated, you feel low and unhappy. When you try to think of a solution or a way out, you go blank. You're stressed. The American Psychology Association defines stress as a physical, mental, or emotional strain or tension. I think all of us can relate to stress because somewhere in our lives we have been faced with situations we do not know how to handle. With these different situations, we are also faced with all different types of stress. Stress is constant in our lives and cannot be avoided. That's why I'd like to inform you of the 2 types of stress and a few tips on ways that you can help manage your stress. 77% of people regularly experience physical symptoms caused by stress. 73% of people reported they regularly experience psychological symptoms caused by stress. And 76% of people cited that money and work as the leading cause of their stress. There are 2 types of stress, acute and chronic stress. Acute stress is the most common form of stress. It comes from demands and pressures of the recent past and anticipated demands of pressures of the near future. It wires our flight or fight response. Fortunately, acute stress symptoms are recognized by most people because it tends to be a laundry list of what has gone awry in their lives. Most acute stress symptoms include emotional distress, tension, headaches, upset stomach, and other common symptoms. Acute stress pops up in anyone's life, making it highly treatable and manageable. While acute stress can be thrilling, exciting, chronic stress is not. This is the grinding stress that wears people away day after day, year after year. Chronic stress destroys bodies, minds, and lives. It wreaks havoc through long-term, slow destruction. It's the stress of poverty, of dysfunctional families, of being trapped in an unhappy marriage or in a despised job or career. Chronic stress comes when a person never sees a way out of a miserable situation. It's the stress of unrelenting demands and pressures for seemingly everlasting periods of time. With no hope, the individual gives up searching for solutions. The worst aspect of chronic stress is that people get used to it. They forget it's there. People are immediately aware of acute stress because it is new. They ignore chronic stress because it is old, familiar, and sometimes almost comfortable. Aside from the fact that stress makes us feel terrible, it also has been shown to give rise to the development of various mental and physical illnesses. Stress is not completely negative in the fact it can help push you to perform better. Nevertheless, being constantly exposed to stress can have detrimental effects to your mind and body. Sad to say, it is just not possible to completely avoid stress. What we can do is find ways to cope with it and lower its detrimental effects. Let me share with you an anti-stress technique, the relax method. R stands for recognize. Recognize that you're feeling consumed with stress. This is your first step towards managing stress effectively. Along with recognizing that you are stressed, you also have to recognize what things are causing you that stress. E stands for exercise. Exercise to deviate and release negative emotions. We all know that we need exercise to stay physically fit. Nevertheless, not a lot of people are aware of the fact that exercise also plays a crucial role in a person's mental and emotional health. L stands for letting go. Letting go of things that are out of your control. Too often we are burned out by things that we have no control of or things that we have passed already. Keep in mind that failure is a part of life and that things will not always happen according to your plan. A stands for attitude. Your attitude is a powerful sentiment. It influences every part of your life, self-image, relationships, business, and even your health. And extra sleep. Sleep is a crucial part of everybody's life. It is just as important as a physically active nutrition, and all their vital activities in your life. You should not take it for granted. In conclusion, we cannot ignore that we have stress in our lives. Rather than ignoring it, we need to find ways of dealing with it. I hope you take from my speech some useful tips on how to manage your stress so that you can live a happier, more enjoyable life. And remember, don't take life too seriously. Nobody makes it out alive.